So this is the next segment from the upcoming book, the Book of Heaven by Jesus the Christ. Chapter 3, channeled by Daniel Prok. Make sure you check out the last video that I made, which has the first part of this chapter. So this will be the final segment of the chapter. The angels and archangels laud and magnify and glorify the beautiful message that you have just received. The angels sing in exultation. The angels play beautiful instruments in a symphony that's so beautiful and magnificent that when you hear these types of sounds with your human ears, you will never want that experience to end. The angels and the archangels are often there with you, helping you and guiding you in times when you perceive that you don't have help, when you feel like you are alone, when your physical mind, which once again has just been programmed to believe in things like being lonely when you are never alone. You are constantly being protected, being encouraged, being prospered, being replenished, being revitalized, being increased in the form of resources and things to that nature. You are constantly supported by God, by the angels, by the archangels, and by myself, Jesus the Christ. You have so much support. If you could just believe more in in that knowing with all capitals, believe more in that sense of wellness and well-being like you experience when you go out in nature later today. When you can believe more in what is the divine truth, which is everlasting love, which is eternal peace, which is infinite wealth, everlasting and ever increasing resources of all things that you may want, need, or desire. When you can believe in that wisdom of God, which is always assisting you in the form of the right move to make, the right thing to do, the right impulse of the right financial move to make, the right place to go, the right person to call, the right idea to implement into your life, the idea to help your business thrive, to make the world a better place. All that support you are constantly getting. You are constantly receiving from God, from the angels, from the archangels, from me, and from other ascended beings and beautiful, benevolent beings that are more prevalent in God's creation than you can imagine. When you can believe more in that truth than what you believe in what is so limited, when you look into your world around you, or into your home, or into your bank account, and you look and perceive reality, you look and view reality with your physical eyes. But I want you to know and to remember that you do not create your reality with your physical eyes. You do not create your reality with your hearing and your other physical senses. Those are there to experience the reality that you create with your imagination, with your emotions, with your ideas, with your actions, with your belief systems. You use your physical senses to experience your reality. But know that the creation of your reality is divine, is glorious, and is beautiful, and is perfect when you connect to the perfection within you, and then you use that perfection to create the world around you. See with your divine eyes today. Listen with your divine ears. Hear from the place, hear from the space of God within you. Hear from your divinity. Hear from your Christ consciousness. Taste the food that you eat. As being God, experiencing God. Take a deep breath. Take another deep breath. And take another deep breath and feel and be one with the perfection of that experience. Touch the world around you as you are God's love, God's light, and heaven. Perceiving God's love and God's light and God's heaven and heaven. I am love. I am light. I am heaven on earth. I am perceiving love. I am perceiving light. I am perceiving heaven on earth. My perspectives are from the perspective of love, and the perspective of light, and the perspective of heaven on earth. My thoughts are of that of love, of that of light, and of that of heaven on earth. And my perceptions, as I experience the world around me, my perceptions of myself, of my home, of my loved ones, and of other people that I've never met, and of new experiences that I have yet to experience. And everywhere I go and everything that I do is of a perspective and a perception of love and light, and a perspective and a perception of being heaven on earth and experiencing heaven on earth. And from that state of being and state of knowing and state of consciousness, everything around you will transform into something that's so beautiful and so glorious and so magnificent and so spectacular. And as I have said before, and as magnificent, beautiful, glorious, and wonderful as an archangel's wings. And you will experience the world around you, where the simple things like seeing a bird take flight, or watching a wave crash on the beach, or seeing someone walk past you and smile, will be such a beautiful, magnificent, and wonderful moment that tears of joy will fall from your eyes, because you will experience life from being one with something that beautiful, because you are that beautiful. And when you recondition your consciousness to be one with that beauty, that love, that light, and of all of God's glory, you will experience an everlasting, beautiful, present moment, which will be all of those things. And it will be sustained, amplified, magnified, glorified, and it will be eternal as God's love and God's light and God's connection to you is eternal and is forevermore. I love you. I bless you. I cherish you. I honor you. I respect you. I encourage you. I uplift you. And I uplift you again in those moments when you perceive that I am not there. I am eternally there, uplifting you and supporting you as you go from a state of being where you did not perceive as fully the love and light of God within you, to your new permanent construct, which is permanently one with God, as you are God's love, you are God's light, you are God's masterpiece, and you are heaven and the highest realms of the heavens. And it is eternal, and it is self-sustained, now and forevermore. Breathe that into your heart. Breathe that into your mind. And carry that in all aspects of your being. I love you and I bless you. With God, with the kingdom of heaven that is inside of you. And it always has been, always will be. And it is your state of eternal, and it is your state of dwelling in that eternal perfection. I love you again. I say with all the love from my heart, I love you now and forevermore. Your guide, your shepherd, your biggest fan, your greatest coach, your teacher who will never tire from sharing with you God's love with you, and the one who will constantly and eternally be there for you to help you in those moments when you perceive the help is not there. I have always been there, and I will always be there. I am the love of God, which passes all human understanding, and I am that love of God inside of you forevermore. Once again, I say, God bless you. God bless you. Jesus the Christ of Nazareth. Ooh. That was a good one. Next time I gotta bring out a tripod. I love you. God bless you. The book of love and the book of light and the book of heaven are here for you. God bless you. Have a glorious day. Check out the next video. Or just go be loving to a friend. Amen.